Preparedness here at the Maglite Podcast, and I'm Lou Desmond, your host, and we are joined today by a preparedness expert who does a lot with us here at Maglite, and we appreciate him very much. He literally wrote the book on preparedness, Hurricane Preparedness for Home and Family. He spent many years working in the preparedness field. Not going to get into who his employer was, but you recognize it immediately. It's a worldwide recognized brand and in need of preparedness stuff. And that's what he did for many years there. And then he wrote the book, and now he joins us here. And for those of us that have animals, and I mean, we have serious animals here. I raise chickens, cows, we have a herd of pygmy goats, and then like normal families, we have 2 dogs, a cat, and a couple of fish. So if we have a preparedness problem, living rural like I do, you got a lot to take into account. So we're doing a special here on preparedness for the furry creatures in your world, or scaly, if you like those kind of pets. Joining us here, Haskell Moore. Haskell, tell us all about pet preparedness.
Okay, so we're going to be basically concentrating on the most common domestic critters, dogs and cats, and we'll talk just a little bit about the others in a moment. But the first thing I recommend is in the May time frame, at least May, if not more often, have your dog checked out or your cat checked out by the local vet. And at that time, be sure to get the prescription filled, any prescriptions they may have filled. And so you have those on hand. And then one of the things that is really, really helpful is get tranquilizers for your pet. That will help them weather the storm, or if you have to evacuate, they can evacuate much more comfortably.
And in a pinch, you can take some yourself. No,
I know, that's what I always say. I refer to it as doggy Valium.
There you go.
Yeah, and if you have to evacuate, never ever leave your pets behind to fend for themselves. They're just not equipped. That's just almost a horrible death sentence for your pet. So make sure you have a plan to deal with them. You can go to my website, hidefromthewind.com, and click on the Pets tab for more helpful information on that. It includes things like links for pet-friendly hotels and so forth that you may have on your evacuation route. Now, for larger exotic animals or pygmy goats or chickens and cows and so forth, check with your veterinarian or your county extension agent, and they will be able to guide you to the right resources to help you get ready. Be sure to obtain plenty of supplies ahead of time, food, water, and treats for your pet. And not only to get them through the storm, but be prepared for any supply chain issues that may occur after the storm. Make a shopping list ahead of time. I always recommend a list to be prepared more successfully. Have your list so you can go out and make sure you get all the things you need and don't forget. And then, like children, new chew toys or chew toys they may have will provide a welcome relief from the stress during the storm. So before the storm, be sure the pets are clear of any work areas or any place that you may be working where there's power tools, ladders, falling plywood, or anything like that. Keep them safe, keep them away from any dangerous activities going on. Now, here's something a lot of people don't know. Research has shown that pets may be able to sense when a storm is coming, so they may instinctively do the worst thing they could do, and that is run away and hide. So keep all of your pets indoors and secured a few days before the onset of a storm. Now, during the storm, you'll want to keep your pets close to you for their safety and comfort them often. And again, having those tranquilizers. Yeah,
vice
absolutely.
Versa. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, comfort them. And again, those tranquilizers may really come in handy during that time for the pet. No, don't take the doggy Valium. Save that for the dog or cat. Now, what I also recommend is an ML300L 4D LED long-running flashlight. If you have a pet get out, these things are fantastic for being able to look for a lost pet outdoors during the storm.
Well, actually, it'll put a useful beam of light on something up to a quarter mile away, and that's not Maglite saying that. That is Popular Mechanics, who reviewed the light, saying that.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're great. They're also great for looking out to see if there's storm damage, look to see if there's floodwater rising, all of those kind of things. They are just absolutely the best light. I've tested over 200 flashlights, and they are the best emergency preparedness light out there. Don't
Well, they're
go.
manufactured here in the United States too. So
Right. Yeah. And don't allow your pets to go outdoors until you've inspected the area for danger. Down power lines, wildlife, especially snakes, tend to end up in your yard and anywhere you may have wood or any place for them to hide. Blown off manhole covers, extremely dangerous for your pet. They could, if there's water there, they can get sucked into that thing and be gone. And never let your pets play in floodwaters. You know, pets are just going to get a drink wherever they are and wherever there's water. And there's fecal matter in that. There is fertilizer. There's, you know, potentially even gasoline that has leaked out of vehicles or whatever. So keep your pets clear of the floodwater. Never let them play in the floodwater.
okay.
Keep after the storm, to keep your pets cool, provide plenty of clean, cool, but not cold, just clean, cool water. And dogs can be cooled off. Now, I'm speaking here in case we've had a major power outage, which often happens. You can keep your dogs cooled off with a damp, cool, again, not cold towel on their face, head, and paws. And you can use alcohol on a dog's pad to help expedite cooling them off. Cats will usually do a pretty good job of staying cool by their own. But if you see your cat panting, they may need emergency help. So get a hold of your vet as soon as you can. And that's it for me.
All right, Haskell Moore literally wrote the book on preparedness, hurricane preparedness for home and family. And now we have the pet safety information that we need. So stay safe out there. I'm Lou Desmond for the Maglite Podcast. Until next time.